Samaroin. He was her only child. When his mother died, everything that could go wrong did. And now, even years later, the pain of how she was buried still haunts him. My husband lost his mother tragically in February 2020. She was just 55 years old. She had been returning from a funeral in their hometown when the car she was in had an accident. She didn't die on the spot. She fought. For 2 weeks, she laid in a hospital bed with a broken arm and leg. But in the end, she didn't survive. She passed away from internal bleeding. My husband is an only child, so he had to go through it all. Alone. From hospital bills to making funeral arrangements, I watched him day and night. Barely resting, barely eating. He wanted to give his mother a proper goodbye. The funeral was scheduled for March 20th, 2020. But then, life changed overnight. On the 15th of March, the president announced a national ban on all social gatherings due to the spread of the coronavirus. That night, my husband couldn't sleep. He sat silently, and then he cried. Not because of his mother's death, but because of what was now beyond his control. Why is everything getting worse for Mom's funeral? Why? He asked me, broken. I said to him, everything happens for a reason. Let's trust in the Lord. It shall be well. The next day, he met with the family. They wanted to wait until the ban was lifted, but my husband, exhausted and financially drained, couldn't afford to wait. The longer we keep her at the morgue, the more we'll pay. I don't have the money. Let's bury her. She'll understand. Some of the family disagreed. The head of the family even said, your mother made you who you are, and this is what she gets? Just because of money. But they didn't know how much he had already spent. Hospital bills, mortuary fees, transportation. He had nothing left, not even strength. So, on the morning of March 20th, 2020, at 6 a.m., his mother's body was quietly placed in a coffin. The funeral was short, no crowd, no ceremony. Only a few people stood by. The pastor, 4 choristers, and a handful of family members. 30 minutes later, she was gone. Just like that. A week later, the country was on lockdown, and we were home. Just the two of us. Yesterday, my husband sat in front of the TV. He picked up one of the funeral booklets that were printed, but never used. He flipped through it silently, stopped at the tribute he wrote for his mother. I remember him staying up for nights, rewriting it again and again. He never got the chance to read it to her. And now, I watch him fade. He's no longer the man I knew. He's withdrawn, distant, hurting. I try to talk to him. I try to comfort him, but nothing seems to reach him. I think the way he buried her, the silence, the emptiness, it haunts him more than anything else. He's not just mourning her death. He's mourning the goodbye he never got to give. And now we're stuck in this room, alone, for 2 more weeks. All I can do is pray he finds peace, because he's all I have. Have you ever lost someone and felt like you didn't get to say goodbye properly? Share your story in the comments. Someone out there needs to hear it. Subscribe for more real-life stories that touch the heart.